What is with these dudes and thinking that they are the prize?
What is with these dudes? That's an easy one. They think they're the prize because in actuality, now, they are the prize. And I get that it confuses you because you've been told literally from the time you are born that you are the prize. All women are the prize. And that, you see, is the exact problem. Because it's those never-ending, unrealistic, inane expectations of men in relationships that are driving you. All while thinking you don't need to offer even the slightest bit of effort in return. It's why you think this is enough. Well, ladies, I hate to break it to you, but this ain't worth much these days. And even if it is now, over time, much like a car, it's going to wear out, depreciate, lose all its value as you get older. Men, on the other hand, only go up in value as they move along in life. They grow in their careers, make more money, build their castles, build their wealth. And more importantly, they grow in wisdom. They see today's women for who they are and what they have to offer, which, as I said, isn't much. And men have now decided there's no point in wasting their time, effort, and hard-earned money on someone who doesn't value them, doesn't appreciate them, doesn't even acknowledge them, which is exactly why men are now indeed the prize. So ladies, now you're the ones that are going to have to pursue. Y'all can still wallow in that little fantasy that you have that one day your prince will come. The reality is that prince is off enjoying his life, enjoying his freedom, enjoying his peace. Men have figured out that life is better, far better without you than it is with you.
Mrs. Williams, are you telling this court that you supported your husband through medical school for 12 years, and just 3 months after becoming a consultant surgeon, that he divorced you and married another woman?
Yes, Your Honor. And today he says I deserve nothing.
Dr. Williams, do you dispute what your former wife has told the court?
No, Your Honor. She supported me because she loved me. I never asked her to do it.
Your Honor, while he studied medicine, I worked 2 jobs. I sold my mother's jewelry. I borrowed money. Every dream he achieved, we built together.
Your Honor, many husbands and wives support each other during marriage. Those payments were acts of love, not legally enforceable loans. Mrs. Williams, do you have any evidence that your husband ever promised to compensate you? Dr. Williams, is this letter written and signed by you? My dearest Sarah, when I become a doctor, everything I achieve will belong to both of us. None of this would be possible without your sacrifices. I promise I will never forget what you've done for me.
There's a slight ratio problem in the clubs that needs to be addressed. Someone just needs to talk about it. I was at Amber Room last night. I haven't been there in like a year. Love that place. But I'm only in 5 girls deep with my homegirls, right? I take a look around and there are no men in there. It is just women. I think I counted like 4 dudes in the whole spot and it was 12:30 at night. Like, that's crazy. And I fully understand it's promoters' responsibility to bring pretty girls to the clubs, whatever, but like, I don't know, like I don't really want to go out when it's only girls. Like I didn't sign up for ladies' night. Like where are the men low key? Like there's so many spaces that I think should be.
Okay, so now I'm confused because all the videos we've been seeing is girls don't really like to go to clubs for the men, and they actually prefer going to these clubs with mostly women. And then you have this video that a lot of girls are empathizing with, where this girl is saying that she didn't actually even like this club because there was barely any men there. So this is why it's very confusing, because you guys are going to sit there and say that you guys are mostly going out majority of the times for yourself, and you're not actually trying to go there to, you know, meet men or whatever it is. And then when there's a video right now of this girl saying like, yeah, like, I don't know what the deal is. There's like no men at these clubs. I mean, I don't understand why you guys want them there. The rhetoric that you've been putting out is majority women. And now listen, I think the main point they're going to say is, hey, listen, some women obviously prefer this and some women prefer that. But the reality is, there's a reason why when a few times they go to these places and it's majority women, they're not having a good time. And this is going to go for men and women. You know, just going to a place where it's just the same gender as you, maybe like once a month you might find that fun. But overall, yeah, like we all know that you guys would prefer if there's some men there. So it's good to see, I guess she's being honest, but you know, this is our whole point when these girls were like, trust me, no, we don't really want to go to these clubs with men. It's like some women definitely do, but that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
A lot of these men have realized that, unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, it might seem like opting out is the best choice. Because when you look at how much stress you have to go through, modern women being inconsistent, just those two alone will have you saying, or, you know, kind of reconsidering and saying, well, maybe this is not the journey for me right now. Maybe I need to go build myself up. Maybe I need to focus on myself. Maybe I need to put a little bit more into who I am.
I think when you get a bit older and you've been single for quite a while, you definitely become very comfortable. I think you get set in your ways and you're almost spoilt being single, because being single brings with it a lot of peace and clarity, and you know, you control your life. And if you've come from a divorce or a separation and you clearly have your own life, you probably have your own children, your own responsibility, your own job, your own home, your own bills, it's very hard to let someone come walking into that and, let's say, disturb the peace. And I know the right person would enhance the peace, but it would be very hard to find the right person. Because you're a bit older and time's ticking, I think a lot of us have decided to just stay single rather than desperately run around looking for someone. And I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just saying it's an observation. And that's good. There's nothing wrong with being single and being happy in your own skin. There's definitely not.
You rejected him at first, right?
Yeah, because I was a first-year associate, so they tried to pair first years sort of with new summer associates just to help get them acclimated and to kind of give them advice to sort of mentor them for the summer. So I was his mentor, right? So he comes in, he's late, so I'm thinking, okay, this guy's trifling, because we didn't, in the Robinson family, we didn't do late, but he was raining and he didn't have an umbrella, and so he was a little wet. So I was a little annoyed, but he stood up, and he was tall, and he was more handsome than his pictures. So I sort of thought, oh, okay, and not what I expected. I took him around the office, got him settled into his office, took him out to lunch that first day, and we talked for like hours. I knew that we were going to be friends. He was smart, he was funny, had a good sense of humor, didn't take himself too seriously. We clicked right off the bat. And over the course of the summer, we actually became really good friends. I was even trying to introduce him to some of my friends, my girlfriends, saying, there's this really cute guy who's my advisor, because in my mind, there wasn't any way that the few black associates there who both went to Harvard were going to date. In my mind, I was like, that's going to be tacky. That's expected, right? And I was just sort of into not doing the expected, right? So my mind went somewhere else. And after a couple of outings, he said, well, why don't we go out? And I was like, no way are we going to go out. That's just not going to happen. We are friends. And he was sort of like, well, why? And he made the case. I said, well, I don't think it looks right. And he said, who cares about how it looks? And so he made his Barack Obama case over a couple of weeks. And finally, I was like, okay, we'll go out on one date. After that, it was over. It was a full day date.
Men have decided it's easier to take a step back. It's easier to opt out rather than trying to hop into confusion, rather than trying to force my way into a situation that, quite frankly, doesn't seem advantageous to me. Doesn't seem like it's going to go well. So I'm not going to sit up there and continue to be like, oh man, I got to get her. No, I don't. The alternative with me forcing myself into this space is I have somebody acting crazy with me, and I don't have time for that.
I'm really big on my spiritual disciplines. That means prayer, fasting, fellowship, worshiping.
Yes.
I do all of those things in my marriage. I cover my husband. I anoint my husband. When he sleeps, I'm anointing my marriage. That's what I am supposed to do. But I pray and I cover my marriage because I trust in the Lord. The enemy comes to kill. He comes to steal.
Come on. And he comes to destroy.
He comes to destroy. So do I want to believe the enemy? Do I want to be in agreement with the enemy? Or do I want to be in agreement with the God of truth? The problem is that people who are married like to be in their own way. I don't believe in being in my own way. I believe in being in God's way.
Come on.
When you keep God at the center of your marriage, nothing can come against your marriage. The reason why marriages go through the spiritual warfare that they go through is because you have two people who are set in their own way.
That's it.
Cruciform love, it's me carrying my cross every single day, which means my flesh has to die. And one thing that I am not going to do is distort the truth of God. So when I look at my marriage and any conflict or anything like that I have, I take it to what God tells me to do in the Word of God. In Genesis 3, what the enemy did with Eve is he went in and had a conversation with her. He asked her a question and she said, well, God said, so long as we don't eat from and we don't touch the tree, then we won't die. And the devil said, God didn't say you couldn't touch it. All the enemy needs is to know that you have distorted the truth yourself.
That's good.
All he needs to do is make a suggestion. Did God really say that? I don't enter into dialogue with the enemy. That means that I don't gossip about my marriage. I don't talk to other people about my marriage because I don't know what y'all motives are. I don't know what altar y'all worship. I'm not about to sit here and do that. A lot of times we talk to people who already have altars that are formed on unforgiveness, and then we sacrifice our peace at that altar because we are constantly in dialogue with them. I'm mindful of who I talk to because I have a marriage to protect. This is my covenant. I serve God through this covenant.
Just get a divorce. Pull the trigger already. I left and I've never been happier. Look, that is exactly what I keep seeing all over social media from coaches and influencers. And I think we really need to talk about it because there's a huge part that is being left out. Maybe divorce was the right decision for them, but there's a part of this conversation that I don't think that anybody is talking about enough. And it's you take you with you. The beliefs you carry about yourself, the triggers, the insecurity, the fear, the resentment, the thoughts that tell you I'm not enough, I don't matter, I can't trust myself, those don't just magically disappear because your relationship ends. They come with you into your next relationship, into your friendships, into your parenting with your children, into your work, into random interactions with strangers on the street. Just because you change your circumstances doesn't mean you automatically heal what's happening inside of you. That does not mean that staying in a marriage is what you should do or shouldn't do. And it doesn't mean that divorce is wrong. It means that whether you stay or you leave, I want you to make that decision from clarity, not from believing that changing another person or changing your circumstances is going to automatically heal what's happening inside of you. It doesn't. That's exactly what I teach inside my workshops. If you comment learn below, I'm going to send you my free ebook that you can start reading right now that gives you a really good introduction to this. Plus, I'll send you the information for my next workshop where I'm going to teach you how to uncover what's actually happening inside of you. So whether divorce is part of your future or it isn't, you can move forward with clarity instead of carrying all that pain into whatever comes next, because you will. You've got to heal what's happening inside. And you know what? You might just surprise yourself that you might actually want to stay in your marriage. So comment learn below.
I am now accepting application. This is going to be a friendship application. So if you are a man, preferably 20 years older than me, I'm 36, or you can be I'm 36, so maybe 40 years old and older. The older, the better. But the qualifications is, I will definitely do a thorough background check, which you're gonna pay for. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna send me the money through Venmo or Zelle, and usually I think a very thorough background check is around $100 or so I can make sure that you're not a psycho. So what the friendship application is basically we're going to be traveling around Southern California. I am open to go to other places to begin with, like to start off, but I am open to travel internationally. But for sure, just for right now, I would like to just travel within the Southern California region. You will be paying for hotels. Obviously 2 rooms, 1 for you, 1 for me. This is strictly a friendship application. So we're just gonna be friends. We're not gonna be doing anything else, just extremely friendship. You're gonna pay for the hotels, preferably fine hotels. So usually fine hotels are around $400, $500 or more per night. It could be either 1 night or 2 nights. So you'll be paying, let's say a room is $500. You're gonna pay for 1 room for you, 1 room for me. That's $500, that's $1,000, maybe $2,000 if we want to stay 2 nights. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna go to the beach, to the mountains. You're gonna pay for all the food. You're going to pay for all sorts of entertainment. So if I want to go horseback riding, we're gonna do that and you're gonna pay for it. You will pay for anything and everything. And this is a serious video, so I'm not joking or anything. This is this very serious video where I am looking for a friend.
A lot of these modern women are feeling that men are not really investing. They're not engaged. The experience, the meeting, us being here on the date, it kind of feels flat, right? And while I understand, you know, if you come out there, you should probably try to put your best foot forward, right? But you have to understand, men are reading you. They're watching you and they're saying, oh, here we go. Like you say something and a man is like, because y'all think y'all are the only ones that do that. And a man is saying, oh, here we go again. He hears a certain thing or he sees a certain thing, sees a look, you know, maybe you're wearing something and you're like, oh, here we go again. It's going to be a long night.
A woman goes out on a date with a man and the man asks her, after finding out that she's had a baby before, how long it had been, because he heard that once you have a baby, the walls don't close. That the JJ is never the same. I'm convinced that hardly any of these men are deserving of what happens in intimate moments with women. I am absolutely convinced after the video of the men saying that women are supposed to, they expect women to give them their bodies after buying a drink, after the video of the husband who wants his wife to have another baby after 8 cesareans, after video after video after video, and comments like this, I am convinced that the 4B movement has not made it to the United States quick enough. And people keep asking me why comprehensive adult sex education matters. And this is an example. Why some men should never be allowed between your legs. It is way too many men in the comments that believe that this is a thing that exists. It is also way too many women that believe it too. Let this forever be known. Pussy is one of the most resilient things out there outside of the woman that carries it. And I vote as a woman that if you have a man that comes to you like this and they don't understand what anatomy looks like, what it does, how it is, and they only value women based off of what they think they gain from what is in between your legs, that you let these motherfuckers choke. I vote every woman is on accord with this. For these men that definitely don't deserve to be between your legs.
Here are 3 things that a man needs in a relationship. Number 1, clear and direct communication. I know, ladies, I know you want him to read your mind, but he can't. And if you're holding back and not sharing your needs, wants, and desires, and then you have your unmet needs, failed expectations, and you come at him with this emotional overwhelm, that's when he shuts down. He only has so much bandwidth. And the truth is, a man wants to make you happy. He wants to make his woman happy. When he makes his woman happy, he feels better about himself. And so if you speak clearly, directly, no dancing around, no overreacting, say, I need this from you because it makes me feel this way. I appreciate when you do this because it makes me feel safe. It makes me feel wanted. So speak clearly and directly with kindness and respect always. And number 2, appreciation. Appreciation for all that he does do. Remember, you fell in love with this man. So appreciate the qualities that you fell in love with. And if you are communicating clearly, articulating your needs and desires, and he comes through, say, thanks, babe. Thanks for showing up. I so appreciate it. It will come back to you. So appreciate all they do out there and all they contribute to the relationship. And number 3, respect. Respect is so important to a man. Respect the man that he is. Again, you fell in love with him. Respect the qualities that he holds, the values that he holds, the way he shows up. Be loyal to him. Talk respectfully about him and the relationship out there in the world to your friends and family. Do not disparage or disrespect him. Hold him in the light that you see, that you want him to be, because I promise you, when you respect, appreciate, and speak clearly, he will show up for you in the ways that you want. And I also know that when you love someone as they are and appreciate all their good qualities, they will become their best self.
And you can sit up here and say, oh, is there a man that's willing to help? Is there a man that's willing to kind of show that chivalry and stuff like that? But I think a bigger question you should probably be asking, and maybe it's probably a bigger problem, is, am I willing to give back? Am I willing to be feminine? Am I willing to nurture? Am I willing to put in effort? Right? Am I willing to say, okay, I appreciate what you're doing? A lot of women think that chivalry is only one-sided, and a man is only supposed to do certain things, right? But let's look at your version of chivalry. What is it that you do? And then when we start asking those questions, we come right back on to the question that men be asking women, modern women, and they get upset. What do you bring to the table? What is it that you can do? How is it when I'm supporting you? How is it that you can support me? How can you support a family? Do you want to support a family? What type of person are you? And that's usually when modern women crash out and they don't want to answer those type of questions.
What do modern women bring to the table?
I want a good guy, bad guy, whatever brings the money and make me richer. That's what it is. If he can't pay all my bills and take care of what else I got going on, and then no.
Name 5 things that you have to offer a man.
Nothing, 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 and nothing.
What the f***?
You ate with that one. Thank you, best friend. Nothing.
What do you need from a man who you're gonna take seriously?
Money.
That's all you look for. You're not serious though.
You asked for this. I don't know why I'm nervous right now. Ask for ghetto.
I never said that word. Let me be crystal clear.
No man
You have
wants-
no class. You have no regality. You have no regard for human. You have no value inside of what you see. You have no character. Homegirl, you look crazy. You sound crazy. And you have the audacity to even ask for a man that's going to pay all of your bills for what? You obviously won't even bring that man peace. Let alone some value.
I mean,
you sound like a walking problem.
They got coochie, Sarah.
And you Look, at this point, if he's paying all her bills, he could get that from a prostitute that looks better, sounds better, and treats him better. What does he need her for? And this is the problem. This is my problem with modern day women. You're so entitled with nothing to offer. You're so entitled with no value. That man said, what do you bring to the table? Have you ever read a book? Ooh. Can you multiply his money?
Yo, no,
can you help him grow?
No lie.
You mean to tell me you have no skills? Like not one?
They know how to suck a mean schlong.
No, they really don't even do that either. What man is gonna look at that and say, you know what? I do need to pay her bills.
Sisters, if you don't learn, you need to learn today, right now. Come close to this video, save it, replay it for later. Make sure you stay locked in. This man was a master manipulator. Ladies, you need to make sure you don't got you a master manipulator. And he gonna tell you how these master manipulating men, what they do to their targets. Girl, you better make sure you don't got one of these.
I don't think you know this, but just like women have intuition, men, we have intuition too. You don't think we know you have low self-esteem? You don't think we know that you're struggling with confidence? You don't think we can see that from a mile away? Look, I can taste it like blood, like shark in the water. I can look at you and tell you ain't got it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to prey on you. You become a target to me. Because I know you can't defend yourself because what I'm coming with, my manipulations are strong. And by the time I'm done with you, you'll forget who you are. You'll forget where you're going. You forget who you were. Because I would have broken you down so much, I would have built you in my image to where you wouldn't even know who you are anymore. There are men out there like that. I used to be one and I was good at it.
And to piggyback on that,
I was good at it. Men, you need to watch that. The inner work that you need to do, these boundaries that you need to set to keep the wrong men out and the right men in, do that now. Because if you're dealing with someone like I used to be, I will ruin your life.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man, he went off. He wasn't nothing to be playing with. He looks like Michael J. White, little brother. But all jokes aside, that's a sign of a evil, strong spirit. A narcissistic spirit, a Jezebel spirit, a spirit that controls and manipulates and destroys. That's it. That's what that is. So ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, sisters, make sure you don't got you a man like this, y'all. Even a person that's a manipulator, that's spiritual, because everything is spiritual. Let me enlighten you.
All right, this is an SNL skit from 10 years ago. They nail it. But see if you notice the real root of the problem here. Here's the clip.
Dad.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You got it, kiddo. Looks like your ride's here. You be careful, okay?
Dad, it's just ISIS.
Take care of her. Death to America.
Okay, this is tragically funny, but if you see this clip and you even see the data that shows that liberal women are leading us to civilizational suicide in so many ways, and your response is that you just want to blame women, then you're missing the bigger picture here. The liberal women, that's just a symptom. The root problem is actually men. It is passive, naive men who have not cherished, have not protected their daughters, even Christian men who have not discipled their kids, and for generations have instead sent their kids to be discipled by an education system that is fundamentally hostile to Christ and has indoctrinated them in ideas that are designed to destroy this nation from within. It's the same story since Adam and Eve, the passivity of man. And that is how this nation went from being so profoundly Christian, 90+% Christian for the first 200 years of our nation's history, to effectively turning our backs on God and now embracing Islamists to run our nation. If we want this to change, men have to break the cycle. We have to lead our families in truth, disciple our kids, and actually have a backbone again.
You want to know the number one thing that most men don't realize until it's far too late is that woman can love you and still leave you if you are hurting her. Even if she's still attached to you, even if she's gonna cry, even if she's gonna struggle, she gonna leave because she knows her worth and she found out that you didn't. Oftentimes men think that all they gotta do is convince a woman to fall in love with them. And ain't that when they get comfortable? Ain't that when they take their mask off because they think, ha ha, I got you, because there's women before you that made him feel that guess what? All I gotta do is earn her once instead of continuing to earn her. And then this when men start showing their true colors once they already got what they came for. And sometimes he thinks when you say, I love you, that is a prison sentence. Newsflash, you ain't never dated a woman with high self-esteem before. Self-worth. A woman that has healed her abandonment issues. A woman that even if she loves you, she loves herself too much to be in a place with a man that don't know her worth, that crashes her spirit, that's trying to break her heart. And guess what? Even though she still loves you, she gonna leave even though she's crying, even though she's hurting, even though she misses you, even though she reminisces on the good times, even though it means she may be single. She gotta do life by herself. She gotta raise a kid by herself, even though. But she know that staying there is not what God wants for her. That she deserves a man that appreciates one of his daughters. The main thing that most men misunderstand when a woman, especially a quality woman, says, I love you, that does not mean that she won't leave you if she has to. If I'm lying, tell me I'm lying.
The way that you women talk to your men is abominable. You guys are acting like full-blown witches, riding around in your house in brooms. Proverbs 14:1. A wise woman builds her house, but a foolish woman tears it down with her own hands. But I say tears it down with your mouth. You have been tearing down your marriage with your mouth, and you feel justified. Where? From where to where do you actually feel that it is okay to raise your voice at your husband? That is okay to use that nasty tone with your husband. That is okay to talk to him and tell him, well, he's not this. And let me get to you women that make more money than your husband. Oh, you guys are the worst. Oh, well, since I make more money than him, I'm the head. You are in full-blown rebellion. Full-blown. God tells you to submit to your husbands and everything. And the fact that you make more money than your husband does not make you the head of the home. Headship is an appointment by God. You can never be the head of your home in God's eye. And that's why your husband is ready to get up out of there right now, because you talk to him like he's nothing because you happen to make a few, I don't care if it's $1 million more than him. Who are you that you can stand up against God's word? How can you stand up in front of your man and your husband and talk to him the way that you do, and got the nerve to got your hands up in church and says, oh Lord, I bless you. Oh Lord, I'm a woman of God. From where to where? What chapter and what verse? Where did you read that? I'm upset today. I told you, if you're easily offended, don't watch. I'm okay with it. You'll be back when your husband leaves because they're sick of it. I was so hurt in a counseling session with a man today. It broke my heart. And this is over and over again. The way that you women talk to your men is abominable. You guys are acting like full-blown witches, riding around in your house in brooms.
And, modern women continue to say, why is this guy not asking me out? Why won't this guy shoot a shot? Why is this guy seeing me, staring at me, but he's hesitating? I mean, at some point in time, maybe you should realize what the man is going through. Maybe you should realize, you know what? This date really cost him. You know what? He might have to spend a little time. He might have to spend some, we both spending time, but he's got to spend his money on the date. Instead of just saying, well, I spend my money too, in a way, because I use my makeup, and I go get a spray tan, and one woman said, man, I took a workout class. I was like, girl, that workout class ain't gonna do nothing for nobody. You just started working out. You went to one workout class. You didn't lose no weight. As far as I'm concerned, you wasted, you didn't waste your time, but if you saying that you did it for him, you wasted your time. You need to have been doing that well before you met him, during the time that you met him, and then after the time that you met him. That's how these modern women do. They try to assign stuff to men and say, oh, well, I'm doing it for you, so I got to spend money in a way. No, you're going to spend that money anyway.